Xfinity cars being confirmed for NASCAR 25, courtesy of the president of, or the executive vice president of iRacing, and that is Steve Myers. He does tweet often about the console games from now and then. He tweeted about NASCAR 25 last night, and he said this right here. I've been running a physics prototype build for the last hour for NASCAR 25, and you can't stop smiling. Can confidently tell you, if you like what we did with our Outlaws driving model, which we've been playing World of Outlaws recently on the channel, you are going to enjoy this. Go and tell the wife I have work to do tonight. And they went on and said some more. And again, this is a prototype build of NASCAR 25. So far, I have tried Atlanta, Bristol, Charlotte, and Homestead, and they all feel great. I am just on track with AI cars, no aids, and using a gamepad, which is the controller. It's been fun to drive and learn how to modulate the throttle. I wrecked quite a bit at Bristol, to be fair. And I seriously only intend to tease you guys that I played the prototype, but I am legitimately having fun playing it. I just switched to the Xfinity car. This was where everyone was like, huh? I just switched to the Xfinity car, and I'm here to tell you it feels so different than the Cup car. You can tell the guys just didn't build a Cup model and detune it for the Xfinity car. It feels completely different and captures the same level of character difference between the same cars on iRacing, and things will only get better. And then he went on to say as well that this is not a build to do that in, which is showing screenshots. It is specifically used for this purpose, so graphics are not worthy of being shown. It also does not have all the sound yet, so it would not come across well. We have full plan to release content as we get closer to release. So that is basically everything he said. He also said one more thing, I think, replying to Elite Precision. Let me find that right here. Yes. And he says, well, he basically tried walking it back, and he said, I technically did not confirm anything other than the car exists, but the bottleneck honestly for series other than Cup is the tracks. We want to update all the tracks for iRacing as the pathway into the NASCAR game. It is time intensive to port over, but still early. So that's Myers, trying to track back a little bit, trying to say like he did not technically confirm it, but I technically can say that if the Xfinity car is fully modeled, right, and they're working on that, I would expect definitely, guys, that Xfinity racing will be in the game. And I know that is very important to a lot of you because in the first iteration of a lot of new NASCAR games, whether it be like a NASCAR game on a new console, a NASCAR game made by a new company, the Xfinity series and the Truck series usually don't actually show up in the game because they have to build the game from the ground up. So they decide to put the resources, on basically building the base of the game, then putting it into the other series. But if the car has a prototype build that is fully developed next to the Cup car, then as much as Steve Myers does not want to say that he confirmed anything, he basically did confirm it. And it's because you're not going to put the resources into fully modeling an Xfinity car a full year before the game even releases and then say it's not going to be in the game. It will be in the game. Now, will all the Xfinity tracks be in the game? Because obviously the Xfinity series goes to some other tracks that the Cup series does not go to. We don't know yet, but the Xfinity Series car should 100% be in the game. That means you will be able to run the Xfinity Series as well. And just based off assuming, that means you also can assume the Truck Series should be in the game as well. But if it's only the Xfinity and the Cup, I'm fine with that. But if the Truck Series wants to come in as well, then that will probably be that. So that is what Steve Myers said. And basically confirming that that's what's going on. Now, I just want to clear up a few things because there were actually some worries about this. Like, some of you guys were like, wait a minute. I can confidently tell you, if you liked what we did with our Outlaws game driving model, that you are going to enjoy this. And a lot of you were like, wait. The Outlaws game is on the Unity engine. The Outlaws game is just a further build of NASCAR Heat. As I have been playing Outlaws, yes, I can confirm, yeah, it's basically the base of NASCAR Heat, and they change up the content, and they've developed it over the years. I would tell you not to worry about that. Now, again, this is the vice president of iRacing. He is supposed to promote the game, market the game, and get you hyped up for it. I wouldn't say, really, honestly, that a stock car is going to drive anything like what you see in the Outlaws game. And also, that's what I mean by it's not going to drive like NASCAR Heat. And the reason is, guys, is because this game is not going to be on the same game engine. So if you are worried about this game having similarities or too many similarities to the NASCAR Heat series, well, let me tell you one thing, is that it will have similarities. Because Monster Games and a lot of people that are working on this game, they developed the NASCAR Heat game. So there will be similarities. You will see whether it be UI design or certain beliefs and certain things they want to put in the game, it will be there. Like that is going to be there because the same people making the game. However, it's a completely different game engine, and with a completely different game engine, there's absolutely no way they can port over anything they did on NASCAR Heat in terms of the physics and the driving model into the new NASCAR 25 game. That is just not going to work because, like I said, the game engine is completely different. Especially when you're going from Unity to Unreal, which is what they are doing, it's going to be very different. The graphics are going to be heavily improved because of going to the Unreal Engine. And yeah, the physics model is going to be very different just because you're not putting it on the same game engine. So I would ease your worries about that. I don't think it's going to behave arcadish as the thing, as you guys might think. But what I do think is that it should be a sim-cade. And what I like about what Steve Myers is saying here is right here that he said he's using a gamepad. This is the one thing for iRacing that's the biggest challenge for this game. Because, yeah, you could just take over iRacing physics and try to port it over to console. We've seen the similarities between PC and console get closer and closer through the years. But iRacing's code is, originated from 2008, maybe even earlier than that. So you don't want to port over anything from 2008 into a 2025 game. And it's simple as, iRacing's not going to port over that into a console game. They're going to try and make something specifically that everybody can play. And so while a lot of you guys want a simulation on console, I've said it from the get-go, if you want a simulation, don't buy the console game. Go get a PC, go play iRacing. iRacing is a simulation. If you want to feel what cars will feel like in real life, go play iRacing. Go, pay the membership, and that is what you will get. You don't even got to race online. You can race with AI at a bunch of different tracks. You can, race with only your friends, and you can do it that way. When it comes to the console games, it should never be a pure simulation. NASCAR 25 should never ever be a pure simulation. It needs to be a sim-cade. It needs to let kids play the game, 7, 8, 9, 6 years old who want to play NASCAR 25, ask for it from their parents. They don't know what yearly membership on iRacing is, or a PC that costs $2,000 is. They just know maybe their parents, their brother, their sister, whatever, they might have this console that you can get for $500, and then you buy a $60 or $70 game. That's the cheaper option. You need to be able to cater to that audience, and the whole goal for this game is to bring new fans. That's what you guys have to understand, is that the reason why I am a NASCAR fan and the reason why a lot of you guys are NASCAR fans is that when I was little and when I was growing up, and I got into video games when I was very young. I got a PS2 on the, what was it, when I was 5 years old for Christmas. So I think the year was 2002. That's when I got my first PlayStation 2. That's when I started, playing NASCAR games. I would get a lot of the sports games because I was into sports, and so NASCAR was a part of it. And lucky for me, NASCAR Thunder 2002, NASCAR Thunder 2003, NASCAR Thunder 2004, NASCAR 2005 Chase for the Cup, NASCAR 06, NASCAR 07, NASCAR 8. I didn't even play the Papyrus games until I was much older, had my own computer, and knew how to mod things. I think the first time I played NR 2003 was probably around the year 2010, because that's when I started getting into PC gaming. I was so like, okay, this is how you mod something here, mod something there. So I was 13 years old at that point, and that's when I first got into that's when I first knew what Papyrus and NR 2003 was all about. And by that time, iRacing was already going, right? 2010, iRacing was already up and running as a service, and I didn't know anything about it. So again, what the point of this game is, NASCAR 25, is all about, trying to bring new fans into the game. Someone like myself who is not a kid anymore, it's not really catered for us. I'm just going to tell you guys that right now. But what it can be catered to is just a very good sim-cade. And I would like to, make the comparison to F1, but the comparison to F1 when it was fully under Codemasters, not what it is now. Because what it is now with EA is what I predicted would happen 2-3 years ago. I made a video on it like 3 years ago where I told F1 fans to be careful and to be worried about the direction of the F1 series. We fast forward to today, and F1 2024 is one of the worst selling F1 games of all time. The community over there is fully angry with the game and how they have been treated as a community, and I told you guys that would happen. So, what the F1 games were before, when it was just Codemasters, before being bought out by EA, that is what the idea, the vision for NASCAR 25 really should be, which is a game fully focused on making the best game possible. And I know for a fact, even from NASCAR's perspective, that is what they want. They want this game to bring in new fans. They want this game to the focus is not going to be to microtransaction your ass, your wallet to endless extents. The focus is going to be to make a great game, and that's why I'm very excited for this game. Again, keep your expectations tempered. It will be their first NASCAR console game with iRacing, overseeing everything, and we will see how it goes. But the main story here is that Xfinity cars, I'm sorry, Steve, I want to say it, it's basically been confirmed. You simply cannot say that you just switched to the Xfinity car and it feels so different than the Cup car, which it should. It has, it's completely different. It's a better version, honestly, than the Cup car at this current moment. You cannot say that and then try to walk back. The Xfinity car will be in NASCAR 25, which means, the career should be very simple. You start at a lower series, you got to work your way up, right? I'm expecting that to be, the kind of simplistic career mode. But that's good news for everyone who wanted extra series in the game and not just the Cup Series. So if you wanted the Xfinity Series as well, that is great news for you guys. What do you think in the comments down below? NASCAR 25 will be aiming for a release in 1 year's time. September is the release date that they are aiming for. Let's see if they can hit it over there at iRacing. And shout out to all of them that continue to work on the game. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. And for all that, and the fact that they're also going to have the tracks that it's very interesting. They already have Atlanta, Bristol, Charlotte, Homestead, but those should be scanned tracks. And so to have scanned tracks in the console game will be that's probably the biggest difference of them all, to be honest, because if you just get the car working with the track, that's basically 80% of the job done. Then you just need to get the AI working. And actually, with Monster Games, I have actually no worries about the AI. The NASCAR Heat AI was the best part of the NASCAR Heat game. So if they just want to figure out, like I said, you can't port the physics over, but if Monster Games can continue working on that AI in the Unreal Engine and make, that's usually the biggest challenge with NASCAR games is AI, because you need 39 of them. Used to be 43, but you need 39 artificially intelligent race cars on the track, and they all need to behave a certain way. It's very difficult that no other racing game has. That's why Gran Turismo has like 12 or 24, Forza has like 24, F1 has 20. F1's AI has gone to absolute crap, by the way. And so to have, that's why the graphics in NASCAR games might not be as great as other games, because you need to model 39 other race cars, which takes up so much GPU power, and that is what usually is the problem with NASCAR games. So we'll see if they can work around that and give the best game possible. Take care of yourselves. I will see you guys tomorrow. Follow me on Twitter if you haven't already. Subscribe if you're new. Shout out to all the Patreon members. You guys are the absolute best. Thank you guys so much for always watching the videos and subscribing. If you want to help out the channel directly, I'd really appreciate it, guys, if you could help out the channel, whether it be Patreon or just buying something off Moza Racing, and the links in the description down below. Take care of yourselves. I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.